The presentation is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
So today is lecture number 20 of Introduction to Physical Metallurgy class. And today's content are like this. That is stacking of atoms in close packed structure like FCC and HCP. Stacking sequence of atoms in FCC and HCP. Shape of interstitial sites, voids in crystal lattice. Octahedral voids in FCC and its position. So this topic is absolutely important for many reasons. So basically, today's topic is concerned with two things. Huh? The first thing is how atoms are stacked over one another. Hmm. Basically, we consider each atoms as a solid, hard sphere. Hmm. Because in the previous lecture we have seen, while we are calculating those effective number of atoms per unit cell and atomic packing factor, all those things we have considered that atoms as a solid sphere. And we always try to see that atoms are always closely packed. Hmm. Very less number of voids are present basically. So today's topic is mainly concerned with how atoms are stacked over one another, right? That means we are considering crystals, and crystal is in three dimension. So in the three dimension, how atoms are stacked over one another, right? And another point is voids. So voids, if you remember, uh, whether it will be FCC, BCC, or HCP, we have voids, obviously, right? Even after packing, close packing, some voids are still left behind. If you remember, the packing efficiency of FCC is how much? It is 74, right? HCP is also 74. But left amount will be the voids. Hmm. Similarly, in the BCC, we have 68% packing efficiency, or atomic packing factor is only 0.68. The rest amount space will be voids, right? So those voids basically called interstitial voids, and those voids are important because some small atoms can stay over there, and it can cause strengthening effect. That kind of strengthening effect we can discuss later. So now we'll move to the topic. The first one is this one, atomic stacking sequence in close pack structures. So just have a look to this image. So you need to write the things which I will going to explain. So you can see these are consider, you can consider these are atoms, fine. So this is, if I will consider this single layer, so this single layer is a one dimensional arrangement of atoms, that's all. Hmm. Suppose I will put next layer. So I will put the next layer in the valley. So this is one of the valley, right? So another valley is here, right? So second layer of atoms will come like this. You can see this is the first layer of atom. So this is one dimensional arrangement of atoms. Now the second layer is coming. This second layer is sitting at the valley positions. You can see these are the valleys position of first layer. This is the valley position in the first layer. These are the valleys, and atoms are sitting over here. So it becomes two-dimensional arrangement of atoms. Again, this one is also a two-dimensional arrangement of atoms. More number of atoms are coming and sitting, right? So this picture, just imagine this is a picture like you are arranging spheres on your tiles of your house, right? So that is a two-dimensional arrangement of atoms. So the moment you are arranging atoms like this on a tile, on a floor, that is two-dimensional arrangement of atoms, you can see lot of voids are present. These are the voids. You can, this is one void, this is one void, this is one void, this is one void, this is one another void, this is another void. So lot of voids are still there, right? So that means, as we know that crystals are basically in three dimensions, right? So that means I need to put another layer of atoms on this layer, first layer, right? So you can see this is an image showing you inverted voids, inverted triangles. The voids are represented in form of inverted triangles basically. Hmm. and upright triangles also. So this is one inverted triangle, this is one upright triangle, this is one inverted triangle, this is one upright triangles. So all the voids in this first, which are forming due to first layer of atoms, are shown in form of inverted triangles or upright triangles, right? So these interstitial sites, you can see these are the interstitial sites. This red, that means small atoms can come and sit over there. But we are not considering that. Now we are considering how second layer of atom will sit on this first layer. Hmm. Just these blue atoms are the second layer. Now you need to figure it out where these atoms are sitting. So just you have to remember, basically we the atoms try to sit in such a way that they will give rise to close packed structure like FCC and FCP. So just have a look. That means the second blue atoms are sitting in the inverted triangles. Just have a look. The positions where inverted triangles is present. That means second layer of atom will come and sit over here, sit over here, and sit over here, right? The moment the atoms will sit over here, that means the atoms cannot sit over here, right? Why? Because atoms are big. Radius of atom is big. So if atoms will sit over here, then it will sit over definitely here and here. And the atom will sit over here and here and here and here. But this site will not fulfilled, right? Because atom size is big. That's why, right? So and the scenario may be like that if atoms may come and sit over in these positions, uh, in upright triangles, here, here, and here also. Similarly here, here, and here. So if atoms will sit in this position, in these positions, in these positions, and in these positions, and in these positions, the red dot will be not fulfilled because of the size of the atoms. Okay, let me show you another images. Which is same images is here anyways. So now just have a look. So again, these are the atomic layers. First atomic layer. These are red atoms forming A layer. So you can always say that the first layer is an A layer of atoms. The moment A layer of atom is forming, so what will happen? Voids will be formed. You can see these are voids, as I told. Upright triangles, inverted triangles, upright triangles, inverted triangles. Fine. You can see. Now these voids can be fulfilled. So just have a look. We have voids which are black points, black dots, and we have voids which are blue points. So that means if the blue points will be fulfilled by the second layer, the black dot will be not fulfilled, right? In another way, I can say if black positions will be fulfilled by the second layer, the blue positions will be not fulfilled because of the big size of the atoms. Fine. So here what it is showing you, that means just this size of the atoms has been reduced so that we can show you the voids. That is the thing here. So first layer of atom is denoted by A. The void which forms are two types, either B or and C, right? So A, this is A layer of atom having B kind of voids and C kind of voids. So black dots are C voids positions and B voids are the blue dot positions, right? So at second layer of atoms either may sit in the B layer or it may sit in the C layer. But basically we assume always for our easy understanding that second layer of atom will always sit in the B positions. So that will become a B layer of atoms. It is okay. So first of all, you will have A layer of atoms, which are red atoms shown in the figure. And the second layer of atoms which will sit on the A layer of atom will either go into the B sites or C sites. And we assume second layer of atom always go to the B sites basically. So that means A layer of atom will be there, then B layer of atom will be there. It is okay up to this. Now the question is, what about the next layer, third layer of atom, where it will sit? So just imagine the moment B layer positions will be fulfilled and B layer of atom will be coming into picture, then we have two types of voids. One will be A void again, and we have a C void again. So after forming B layer of atom, we have two voids. Either the atom will sit on the A layer or it will sit on the C positions. It is okay. So how the third layer of atom will sit, or where the third layer of atom will sit, that will decide whether we'll be having AB kind of stacking sequence, or we can have ABC type of stacking sequence, right? So already I have written over here. If third layer of atom stacks in the C sides, then the stacking sequence will be ABC kind of stacking sequence, right? But if the third layer of atom will stack in the A side again, hmm, instead of C, then stacking sequence will be AB type. So finally, the conclusion is what? The conclusion is we have two type of stacking sequence of atoms in close pack structures. Either we can have ABC type, or we can have AB type. I think it is clear up to this. Can I get a reply from you? Is it okay up to this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So the things will be clear, more clear, huh? Just wait. In this image, the things will be more clear. Just have a look. Again, see, just first layer of atom is red atoms. Just see, I have written A, right? So these are A atoms. So A atomic layer, first layer. Now second atomic layer will be coming into picture. So second layer of atoms may sit in the B sides, or it may sit in the C sides. So if B sides will be fulfilled, C sides will be remain empty, right? Or if C sides will be fulfilled by the second layer of atom, then B sides will be vacant, like this, right? But basically we assume second layer of atoms always sit in the B side. Just have a look, this one. This, the atom will sit over here, atom will sit over here, atom will sit over here. So C sides will be vacant. Then atom will sit over here, here, and here, right? Then here, here, and here. So C sides will remain vacant, right? So now when second layer will be fulfilled by the fulfilled, and B sides are fulfilled, right? Then where the third atomic layer will sit, that is important, and that will decide whether the stacking sequence will be AB type, or ABC type, right? That means, see, just have a look. Just look at this portion. This portion is important. You will, and it will clarify a lot of things. Just have a look. So they see the atom, second layer of atoms are blue layer of atoms. They are sitting in the B sides, right? So just have a look. Then what will happen? C sides is vacant. C site is vacant, and again A site will be remain vacant for the third layer. So whether the atom will sit, third layer of atom will sit in the C site or A site, that will decide the stacking sequence of atoms, right? The third layer atoms may sit on A site, or it may sit on C site. Okay, if it will sit on C site, then it will be ABC type of stacking sequence. But if the third layer of atom will sit in the A site again, then it will become AB type of stacking sequence of atoms. So basically, just which I have written over here, this first layer of atom is red, B and C vacant sites voids are present due to this A layer. And if second layer of atom sit in the B side, then new vacant site will be C and A again, and third layer of atoms will either go to C or A. It is okay. So finally, the conclusion is what? Basically, the FCC, if your metallic material or metallic alloy is FCC, then atomic sequence, stacking sequence will be ABC type. But if it will be a HCP structure, then it will be AB type. Huh. Just you can imagine. All the alloys or metallic materials which have HCP structure, their stacking sequence will be always AB type, right? But if it will be FCC kind of material, then it will be ABC type. But both are close pack structures, right? Up to this, it is clear, I think. Now we'll move to the next topic, that is shape of interstitial voids. So I have shown you the interstitial voids. So these are nothing but the B side, C sides are nothing but the interstitial voids, and the A side, which is forming by the second layer, is also interstitial voids. Huh. So what is the shape of the interstitial voids? That is the topic, and those are also called interstitial sites between atoms. So thus I have written an important line. These voids are small, very small. atomic radius of the parent crystal. That means the voids which are formed are very very small as compared to the radius of the parent crystal atoms, right? It allows few atoms to sit like carbon, hydrogen, boron, nitrogen. So since the size of the carbon, hydrogen, boron, nitrogen are very small, they can occupy these interstitial sites basically. So now possible shapes or sites. So these are the four possible shapes or sites we can have. That means the interstitial sites which are formed due to stacking of atoms, they can be of four shapes. One is cubic site, one is octahedral site, one is tetrahedral site, and one is triangular sites. Right? Triangular sites you have seen already. These are triangular sites you can see. That means three atoms, nearby atoms will form a triangular sites. Fine. And just have a look here. Point defects in crystal lattice like interstitial are present in these sites. Okay, so that means in a crystal lattice we can have point defects. So this, and at a given time during diffusion where atoms are present. Okay, so that means as I told, this carbon, hydrogen, boron, nitrogen can sit in these interstitial sites, and where they are present we can also identify that. Anyways, so now cubic site, just have a look. Cubic site means holes at the center of the cube, right? That means atoms are sitting at the corners and of a cube, and center of the cube will be a hole, so that is a cubic site. What is an octahedral site? You can see octahedral site means it is like an octahedron. Octahedron means 8 faces will be there. Each face is equilateral triangle. Just have a look. The center of this structure, the center of the structure is the octahedral void or octahedral interstitial sites. That means atoms will be sitting at the corners. All the corners. So in the top we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 triangles. On the bottom we have 4 triangles, all are equilateral triangle, forming a void called octahedral sites. Then tetrahedral sites. Tetra means 4, so we have 4 faces. Right? This is 1, 2, and 3, and bottom one will be 4. So 4 faces, 4 equilateral triangle. 4 equilateral triangle. Okay, let's take a look. 4 equilateral triangle. Each corners have 1 atoms, and the hole at the center is a tetrahedral site. And finally, triangular sites means, as I shown you, like triangles, and each corner have 1 atoms and a hole at the center. Right? So this is the hole, you can say, the center positions. So these are the 4 shapes of interstitial sites: triangular sites, tetrahedral sites, octahedral sites, and square sites, or cubic sites. Now with the help of ball models, which is hard sphere models, I'll show you different interstitial voids or sites. Just have a look. This one is a square void, right? So that means, suppose this is one layer of atom, this is another layer of atoms. You can see 8 number of atoms are present at the corner of a cube. These 8 atoms are present at the corner of a cube, and this empty space in between them is the void or the interstitial sites. That is called square void. Now octahedral void, just have a look. Octahedral void will be formed between 6 atoms. Adjacent 6 atoms will form octahedral void. Just have a look. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and behind the red one is 5, and under this one, green one, will be the top one, that is 6. So this is very important for us. Octahedral void is very important. Basically, at the smallest size atoms like carbon, boron, nitrogen, they basically sit in the octahedral voids. In the iron, basically. We'll see that. So just have a look. So octahedral void will be formed when 6 layer of atoms will be present. I mean 6 adjacent atoms will be present. How this is? Just have a look. Suppose, just imagine, in one plane we have 4 number of atoms close together, and on the top there will be 1 atom, and at the bottom portion there will be another atom. A void will form, that is octahedral void. What is tetrahedral void? Tetrahedral void is formed due to 4 atoms. Just have a look. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and behind that there is a 4. So 4 number of atoms will constitutes a tetrahedral void. 6 atom will constitute a octahedral void. So you can place an atom on the top also here. You do not have to place an atom at the bottom. So it will again form a tetrahedral void. Some people call it is an inverted tetrahedral or upright tetrahedral. It depends upon where the atom will sit, on the top or at the bottom positions. But 4 atoms will constitute tetrahedral void. So triangular void, just have a look. This is a triangular void. Only 3 atoms are there, right? So you can consider this 8 atoms will forming square void, 6 atoms will form octahedral voids, 4 atoms will form tetrahedral void, and 3 atoms will form triangular void. Right? Now this 3D image will give you more clear answers to all your doubts. Just have a look. Octahedral voids or interstitial sites in the crystal lattice. So as I told, octahedral void will form between 6 adjacent atoms. 3 atoms in one layer and the 3 atoms in either top or bottom layer. This is one situation. Just imagine 3 atoms in one layer and the 3 atoms on the top, either top or bottom layer. So that will form, the total number is 6 number of atoms that will form an octahedral void, or 4 atoms in one layer, 1 atom on the top and the atom from the bottom. Just have a look. This 3 atoms is in one layer. This is one layer of 3 atoms, and this is another layer of 3 atoms. The void is forming. That is octahedral void. This void is octahedral void, right? The same picture is shown over here. This is one layer of atoms, 3 number of atoms in one layer, and the 3 number of atoms in this layer. So this will form octahedral void. This void is octahedral void, right? The same picture is shown over here. Same picture. This is one layer of 3 atoms. This is another layer of 3 atoms at the bottom, and forming a octahedral void. So octahedral void always forms between 6 adjacent atoms. This is one situation. Basically, when I will explain, you will show 4 layer of atoms will be in one layer, or 4 atoms will be in one layer. One atom will be on the top, and the atom from the bottom will constitute also octahedral void. Now tetrahedral void. As I told, tetrahedral void is formed between 4 number of atoms, adjacent atoms, right? Just have a look. This is 1, 2, and this one is 3, and at an atom on the top. So a void will form. That will be your tetrahedral void, which is shown over here. This is the this void is the tetrahedral void. Just have a look. This is 1 atom. This is 2 atom. This is 3 atom, and this one on the top. This is 4 atom, and a void will form. This void is the tetrahedral. The same. This is the tetrahedral void. You can see this is 1 atom, 2 atom, on the top 3, and behind that there is a 4 atom. So tetrahedral void is formed between 4 adjacent atoms. Right? You can place an atom. If you take out this atom, you can put at the bottom also. It will also form a void. The void will be here now. The void position will change. If you put the atom, if you put the top atom at the bottom position here, the void will be here, right? Now square type interstitial sites or voids, or cubic structure. In a simple cubic structure, you can see in a simple cubic structure, just have a look. Here atoms are not sitting on the valley positions. The atoms are sitting on the one above another. Just have a look. This is one layer of atom. This is another layer of atoms. This is another layer of atoms. This is another layer of atoms. This is open structure basically. If it will be a closed structure, then atom will sit in the valley positions. But since this is the completely open structures, the atoms are sitting on the one above another, right? So it will form a square void, obviously. You can see, you can consider any 8 number of atoms, and the center positions will be square voids. So this is one cube, for example. At the center of this cube, this will form obviously an square type of interstitial sites. Now interstitial sites are voids in FCC. Now this is the important part to be discussed. So you can see this is an FCC structure, right? Same picture is over here, right? That means 8 number of atoms are at the corner of the cube, and one atoms will be sit on the center of the face, each face, right? This is face atoms, center face atoms, right? This one, this one, this one, and this one, all are the face centered atoms. So 8 number of atoms at the corners position of the cube, and Each face center will have one atom, that is face centered cubic. So where the interstitial sites or voids are present here, and this is just the 3D image kind of thing. We have cut the spheres so that we can find out the void, right? So this is a face centered atom. This is a face centered atom. This is a corner 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 atom. This is a face centered atom. This is a corner atom. This is a corner atom. This is a corner atom, right? So just have a look the position of octahedral void in FCC. So as I told, octahedral void and tetrahedral voids are more important always. We'll discuss that two voids only, but basically octahedral void is more important as atoms always try to go into that site, particular void site. Small atoms like carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen maybe. So just have a look. This is the position of octahedral void. As I told, octahedral void will form between 6 number of adjacent atoms. Just count. This is 1, 2, 3, this is 4, this is 5, 6. So total number of 6 number of atoms are present. So just have a look. This is 4 layer of atoms are in one plane. One atom at the top positions, another atom at the bottom positions. So this is the void positions. The center of this octahedron is nothing but a void. So this is an octahedral void. How this is forming? Just imagine this layer, this single layer of atom is are nothing but the face centered atoms, right? This is one face centered atom, this is one face centered atom, this is one face center, this is one face center, and this top and bottom are also face center. So all the face center atoms, if you join, it will form an octahedron and the void will form octahedral void. So it is very simple, right? So if we have a face centered cubic structure, the center of the each cube is a octahedral void. Okay. Now position of octahedral void in FCC. So what are the other positions? So other position is the edge center. Each edge center will be also an octahedral void, right? How it will be possible? Just imagine. We have, this is one atom. This is the face centered atom. This is the corner atom. This is the corner atom. This is the face centered atom, right? So already 1, 2, 3, 4 number of atoms are there, right? We need another 4 atoms, right? Oh, sorry, 4. We need to only 2 atoms. Total 6 number of atoms, right? So here there will be another atom from the another unit cell. So this atom is nothing but the face centered atom of the adjacent unit cell, right? This atom is nothing but the face centered position atom of the another adjacent unit cell, right? And what about this atom? What about this atom? Can anybody guess? This atom positions will be what? This atomic position will be what? Just imagine another unit cell is there on the top of this. This is also a face centered atom, right? Just imagine this atom is as a face centered atom. So this atom will be also a face centered atom of the at the top unit cell. Okay, so this is one atom from the top, this one atom from the bottom, and these are the 4 atoms in one plane, right? So total is 4, 5, and 6. So a void will form, and that void will be here at the edge center of the FCC. So finally, the conclusion will be what? Octahedral position in FCC are what? First octahedral position in FCC is the body center positions of the unit cell. This one. And the octahedral positions, void positions will be the edge center. So this edge center will be one void. 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 So all the edge center positions are one octahedral void in FCC, and the body center one also. It is okay. Now octahedral sites in FCC. Okay, fine. This is the better way to represent. This is a very good image. Just have a look. This is a face-centered unit cell. 8 number of atoms are present at the corner of the cube, and one atoms at the face center positions, right? Just now we try to find out the void, octahedral void. So these yellow dots, these yellow small balls are nothing but the octahedral void. So first octahedral void is at the body centered position, this one, right? As I have shown you earlier. And other octahedral voids are at the edge center positions. You can see this is one edge, the center of the edge. This is one edge and the center of the edge. This is one edge and the center of the edge. This is one edge, the center of the edge. So all edge center positions and the body center position of FCC are the octahedral voids. One octahedral void position is shown in this figure, right? It is forming an octahedron, right? 4 triangles on the top, 4 equilateral triangles at the bottom, right? Octahedron means 8 face. So now the question is total 4 octahedral sites per unit cell of FCC. So we have total number of 4 octahedral sites per unit cell of FCC and 1 octahedral sites per atoms in FCC. You have to remember that. For each number of atoms, we have 1 octahedral site and total 4 octahedral sites per unit cell. Per unit cell, we have 4 octahedral sites. Now tetrahedral sites in FCC. As I told, tetrahedral voids or sites are formed between 4 adjacent atoms. Right? Just have a look. This center position is a tetrahedral void. How? Just have a look. This is one corner atom. This is one face centered atom. This is one face centered atom. This is one face centered atom, and this is also one face centered atom. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 face centered atom. 1, 2, 3, 4, and one corner atom will form a tetrahedral site. Similarly, same picture is shown over here. Here we are considering this corner atom, this face centered atom, this face centered atom, and this face centered atom. Right. So here we are considering 2 corner atoms and three face centered atom, forming a tetrahedron. Similarly, here also we can see this is a face centered, this is a face centered atom, this is a face centered atom, this is a face centered atom, and this is a corner atom. Right? They will constitute a tetrahedron. Similarly, just have a look. This is a corner atom, this is a corner atom, this is a face centered atom, this is a face centered atom, and this is a face centered atom. So they will also forming a tetrahedral site. Right? So either corner atoms with face centered atom or one corner atom with face centered atom is forming a tetrahedral site. So similarly, finally, if you want to look, these green positions are nothing but the tetrahedral sites. These green positions. Okay, I'll stop here. If you have any doubts, you can ask me right now.